Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor Community Connection, and to my immediate left is the outstanding women's basketball coach at the University of Toledo, Ginny Boggess. Jenny, welcome.
Thank you
for being here. Our great boss, Mr. Steve Taylor, and then on the far end, superstar Terry Crosby. Coach, it's so interesting to me because we knew Tricia Culp very well. I'm sure you've heard this before. We knew her well and had a great relationship with her, and she was wonderful for our community. And I was telling my wife, who, we were chatting about basketball and UT, and I said, gosh, how are they going to find somebody that can do what Tricia did, And we were talking, it's going to be tough. And then I start watching what you're doing, what your team's doing, when you're interacting with people and the media and just representing the university. And I thought, oh my gosh, they did it. You're going to put your own stamp on it, but my gosh, it's such a great hire. You've been so successful. Has Toledo been good to you so far?
Toledo's been great to me, and I'll never shy away from singing Coach Culp's praises.
Yes.
What I got to step into, what I had the privilege of stepping into, because of her and the work that she did and her staff. I think that's why hopefully Brian and his team and the leadership at Toledo thought I was a right fit. I think we had the same core values: community, work ethic, integrity, putting our players first. And so, I think that helped it be seamless, because bigger than basketball, I felt like I was a right fit for UT, and UT was a right fit for me.
Great stuff. We're excited to have you here and appreciate you coming in today. Talk a little bit behind the scenes, maybe give us a sneak peek of the upcoming season and what's going on on the court.
Yeah, so we inherited a program that had 6 seniors and 4 freshmen. I brought in 2 freshmen of my own from Monmouth, so we were pretty heavy bookended there from a scholarship standpoint, from our depth chart in our classes. So graduated the 6 seniors, saved a few scholarships, so we went into the portal. So we'll have a lot of new faces, some really incredibly talented returners, and we're gonna have to grow up quick, but I really like our roster, and even more than who they are as players. I'm really proud of the work we did in the classroom this spring. We had a 3.85 GPA,
wow. Yeah,
and they're gonna represent Toledo in every area, in the community, in the classroom and on the court.
Oh, that's great.
There's one thing really I want to say about Coach Ginny. We sat down and talked several times. I've always really been impressed with your level of confidence, because I think I had a conversation with you before, and I kind of put you on the front street, and I said, what are you going to do? I mean, Coach Culp had such a great career here. That has to be immense pressure on you. But I just admire you so much, because you turned around to me and said, yeah, all of that's great, but Coach Boggess is on campus now. Coach Ginny said,
I don't know if I said that. That's not something I would normally say.
Yeah,
no.
but just that level of confidence,
Right.
I'm trying to say. And
Sure.
so, where does that come from? I'm just,
I've been really fortunate to have great mentors along the way, and to be a part of some really great programs and a lot of success. And again, finding that right fit is so important, whether you're a player or a coach or in your guys' world, that right fit with your
Right.
team and being alongside other great coaches, great leadership. So I think the confidence just comes from the willingness to do the work. And we say in our program a lot, replace the worry with work. I got hired at Monmouth, and I took over a program that had won 2 games the
Right.
year before. And that was as much pressure as coming to Toledo, where
Wow.
Right.
I'm expected to win
Right.
every game, because
Right.
that's the pressure that I put on myself.
Right.
And I want to be good. I want to be great for these young ladies. I want to be great for this community. And so I guess the confidence just comes from the willingness to do the work. And I know that I've surrounded myself with people that are going to lift me up too. We have an incredible staff, and we'll get after it. And we'll put these young ladies in a
Absolutely.
position to continue to get the fans out every night to support us.
yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
But I also think, probably very much like in your world, confidence comes from having fun and enjoying what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Waking up every day excited to go to work,
Yes.
waking up every day knowing that it's an opportunity to go have fun and impact young people in their lives, and they give me energy. They give me confidence.
Absolutely, and I just want to touch base on that, and I try to express to any and everybody, a level of success in life, you have to have a
Right.
certain level of confidence.
Early
to
on,
make
maybe
it happen.
fake it until you make it. It's like, man.
Yep. You mentioned a lot the word community.
Yes,
And
yes.
and it's funny because that's our mantra's locally owned, locally committed, and we're invested in the communities. But I think you and your program have done such a great job over the years and getting back and getting involved in the community. Just downstairs off air, we were together donating money to Cherry Street Mission. Talk about some of the other things that you and your team are doing in the community, because I'm sure there's so many things that people
Right.
don't see behind the scenes that you really are doing.
We are, we're extremely active, and again, credit to me being able to kind of come into a rhythm and relationships that had already been established, but I'm excited to do more. You know, we're regularly at walks, we're doing meals for kids, we're working with Cherry Street, we're doing other things behind the scenes that people don't know about, but we're excited to get back out for the Susan G. Komen race. We did a partnership with the Children's Hospital for Halloween last year, just a lot of stuff going on, and we want to increase that now that I kind of have my flow for this season and some new players coming in. But I do think we have an opportunity to impact young people and ignite their spirit for philanthropy that they can hopefully carry on throughout their journey.
Sure.
Because it feels good to give back.
Absolutely.
And then
Yes.
the connections that they make, all of a sudden it's like, well, UT women's basketball, you guys are good, right? And the girls, you know, they're
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah. And then
We do all right.
a lot of people that we run into are like, well, we hear about you guys. I've never been to a game, and I'm like, all right, first
Yeah.
game's on me. Come on, and
Right.
then hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, we continue to build our fan base and share that connection. But I tell recruits and their families often, I've been a lot of schools now. The partnership between the city of Toledo and the University of Toledo is a beautiful thing, and it's our responsibility and our privilege to carry that forward.
That's great.
You know, Coach Jenny, I think something that people miss, you know, everybody talks about the transfer portal and NIL money, you know, I mean, that is what it is. And if they ameliorate it and make it better, which I hope they do, but whatever it is, it's what it is. But I think they miss in Toledo that what you and Coach K are offering to young men and women is you're going to get a degree from a great university. And you're going to make connections in this community that could carry you the rest of your life.
Right.
Because Toledo's that kind of a town. You know, it's the big, small town, small, big, however you want to phrase it. But Toledo is that. And you're offering that to a young person, a degree, which is incredibly important, and then connections in the Toledo business community. So I think sometimes people miss that.
Yeah, and Brian Blair, our director of athletics, he says all the time, you know, a meaningful degree in one hand, you know, and that meaningful is important because you can be a young lady that majors in nursing or education or goes into engineering at Toledo. You don't have to cater your academic path to fit your basketball schedule. We will work with you and empower you to actually pursue the meaningful degree that you want to use for the rest of
Which
your
is
life.
the way it should be.
Right, we
Yeah.
want that degree in one hand
Yeah.
and a championship ring or
Yeah.
3 or 4. Try to make it fun.
I love that.
Well, good stuff. We appreciate you coming into the studio today and
Absolutely.
seeing a little bit behind the scenes what we do. And we're excited about the upcoming season, everything that you and the Lady Rockets are going to do. I know we're all big fans here. We support you guys on the court in the
Yes.
community, and
Yes.
it's a great partnership. So we appreciate you coming in.
Thank
today.
you so much.
Thanks
Thank you,
for all
Coach.
you guys do
Appreciate
too
it.
as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Steve Taylor's Community Connection. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.